Take a breath. All set, ready to go?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another session of virtual pitch practice. We started virtual pitch practice because it was a good thing for businesses that wanted to grow, for businesses that were looking for investment and more sales. And virtual pitch practice became even more important now that we can't get to wherever we usually go for our rehearsals and our mentoring and our advice. I'm Steve Brett. Let me introduce myself first. I have spent about 40 years in advertising and marketing, selling stuff, starting with 30 and 60-second pitches on broadcast radio and getting to the point where we are today, where I'm working with the Raise Forum at Emory University, and we are looking to help businesses find that money that they need to scale. And I've become, I think, the pitch practice expert. That said, let me introduce my guest. Well, let my guests introduce themselves, starting with, as they go on my screen. Paul, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Paul Lopez here. I'm here with a couple of hats to work with Dan and the rest of the panel here. The first hat is I'm a venture capitalist headquartered here in Atlanta. We've been in place for about 4 years. We kicked off our fund and then individual SPVs in December of 17. Pleased to say 1111 Ventures has 51 companies in our portfolio. The last couple of years, we've been focused and pivoted to blockchain primarily. The other hat I wear is I've been on the board of TIE Atlanta. TIE is the world's largest nonprofit for entrepreneurs. We're in our 30th year. Globally, et cetera. And in that regard, we actually do 4 things: mentoring, investing, networking, and educating. And in that regard, have worked with Dan back in June of 2020, I'm pleased to say, where we did a small investment in SymTrain. So pleased to be here on the panel.
All right. Up next, Orna, introduce yourself.
I'm Orna Sharon. I'm originally from Israel, lived in New York for 22 years, worked on Wall Street, and then 8 years ago moved to Atlanta and started working with startups, primarily from Israel initially, and then worked on some corporate innovation projects, mostly in the last 2 years with Georgia Pacific. I've worked with companies in smart city, medical device, cybersecurity, and a few others. My current project with Georgia Pacific was artificial intelligence and machine learning. I'm not a technologist. I have an MBA, so I'm more of a strategy and a business person. And in addition, I'm a small investor. I invested in 6 companies here in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, and in Israel. And I mentor women, and I'm part of Golden Seeds. That's about it.
That's more than enough. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. We're at the convention, and Paul and Orna and I know one another, and we all get on the elevator at the 19th floor, and Dan comes running up and he says, hold it a second. I'm going too. We hold the doors. He comes in, and the 3 of us know each other, but Dan's new. We've never met him before. We see his badge. He's going the same place we're going, and we say, hey, Dan, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
What do you do?
So I run a company, Dan McMahon. I run a company called SymTrain. And really what we do is we're transforming the future of work, right? And what that means is we're helping improve company performance by enabling their employees in sales, service, and support roles to improve their delivery and how they execute their job and apply knowledge, right? And the way we do that is helping automate both role play activities and coaching activities. And what that does for the employee base, it helps them build confidence to be able to perform their jobs better while they're building the skills to actually execute and deliver on their jobs, right? It has a really great impact for our customers, just around speed to proficiency, as well as helping our customers reduce their cost and time to get their folks in sales, service, and support job ready and able to perform their roles.
All right. That's a literal elevator pitch. The door's open. Orna, are you going to say to Dan, why don't you join me for a cup of coffee? Tell me more. Do you understand exactly what Dan does?
I think I do. Clearly, the first question that popped to my head, I would be interested to have coffee. But the first question that pops to my head is who's structuring the role play or the content?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, we work with our clients to build those structures on the front end for them so they can quickly deploy these out to their employees and get them starting to work on these. And then we empower our customers to make these and build these over time. So we have an authoring tool, Orna, that helps them continue to build out their library and customize what they need internally within their organization.
Okay, hang on one second.
Yep.
Before we get into the full
Yeah.
understanding of what it is that you do, I just want to concentrate on the elevator pitch.
Sure.
Orna, too long, too short, or just right?
I think it was perfect.
You think it was perfect?
Oh, I know. I thought it was good.
Paul, let me go over to you for a
Yeah.
second. Too
So-
long, too short, just right. Did you get it? Because you know what he does. Did you get the essence of
Yeah.
what he does in that elevator pitch?
I love the opening, Dan. The future of work. We're affecting the future of work. That's a big topic, right? But you lost me a little after. It was
Okay.
a lot of info. And I would tell you that sometimes less is better than more. One example might be future of work. Yeah, doesn't matter. So now I'm thinking if I'm a sales prospect, I'm head of whatever XYZ department at Chick-fil-A. Can you help me? I have a need to go hire people. I've got so many open jobs. This future of work. I think you started out well, but then at the end of it all, I got stuck there in a good
Yep.
way. Right.
Right. Well, let's not say you got stuck there. You got hooked
Hooked
there.
there. Good,
But
good
then,
point. Good point.
then maybe we don't get a succinct idea of what actually the
Correct.
future of work is and how you make it
Correct.
better. Let me ask you. So, from my point of view, I like to think
Of the opening. Yeah.
beginning, middle, and end. Everything needs that structure: beginning, middle, and end. Okay, the future of work. That's your beginning. It's a great hook. Tell me just in one sentence what problem you're solving for the future of work. One sentence.
Yeah, so the problem we're solving for the future of work revolves around employees being job ready and able to perform their jobs effectively.
Stop. That's it. So that's the beginning. Can you illustrate for me how that might look or how that might seem?
Yeah, and
How are they not ready?
right.
We're doing the future of work. Your employees are not ready. How is it that they're not ready, Dan?
Yeah, so a lot of employees are left to their own accord to figure out how to apply knowledge and actually perform in their role, because a lot of their training or all of their training is knowledge based, so they know
And
what to.
And so we
And so what we do is we've automated situational learning so they can get the repetition, feedback, and reinforcement they need to build confidence in their skills to perform their job.
stop. Beautiful. You never said any of that the first time around. Right? Now I've got that on tape so we can transcribe it back later.
Yeah, you
Right.
got part of it. You covered, because I know the second hook I got caught on was making workers more skilled / more productive. I got that second point, but there
Yep.
were a lot of words around the
Yes.
rest of it.
There's
And I
a
agree
lot of
with, I
words.
agree
around.
with you, Paul. Absolutely. Way too wordy.
Way too wordy and not wrapped up in a ball that I can get. I just did something about being radioactive in all our presentations. The longer we talk, the less potent we become, like a radioisotope.
Uh-huh.
We need to,
Or another way to say it is, as Dale Carnegie would say, good salespeople are better listeners than
that's
speakers, right?
that's
Yeah.
totally true. And we'll take that up in a
Yeah.
whole nother session.
Yeah.
But we have to get to the point. With your first pitch, it might have taken us 60 floors instead of 19 floors to hear the whole thing. Can we also say, so now we have the hook and we have the essence of it. What's the end of it, which is the real benefit for if I engage SymTrain? What's the real benefit of now the future of work? How we do it with that training and onboarding, so that they're so what happens? What's the benefit?
Yeah, I might have answered part of this in that 3B piece, but employees are going to learn faster and better than any existing alternatives on how to effectively perform their job.
And then what for me?
And
Do
so
I make more money?
what that means, Steve, what that means is, you're going to be able to get them job ready much quicker than you do today. And you're going to do it with less resource, time, and cost, because we've automated a manual exercise that companies have to perform.
Agree. 100%.
Actually, I disagree. For me as a sales leader, I think the customer satisfaction, that's my outcome goal, right? So every company depends on its customers. So if you can get my employees to connect with my customer better, that's where I think the dollar comes in, right?
And Orna, does that get lost when I say performance, improve their performance? You're saying define performance a little bit around CS and CX.
I think, I didn't have any issue with the initial elevator pitch, and I think I got everything. But I think if you're looking to modify your ending, and Steve is saying, okay, what's in it for me, right? Which problem, what's hair and fire problem are you solving for me? I think it's customer frustration with inadequate call center or representative or whatever, right?
Yep.
So I tell you a personal experience. I left Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield because their customer support is horrible. So January 1st, I went to United. I like their customer service, right? American Express has great customer service. Other companies don't. Right?
And I agree with that. And you said it better than I was saying it, Orna. It's all about that customer service thing. And we're doing so much more work over the phone or the internet, buying, and that, to be really maudlin about it, it's so your company can close more sales and keep your clients happy or keep your clients longer. And what Orna just said is in my notes. Everybody has a horror story about some customer service nightmare on the phone.
Definitely.
So you're alleviating that horror story.
Well, actually, if I recall, SymTrain does both skill building on hard skills and soft skills, right? And we're talking about a bit of both. You want employees who have that combo. It's two sides of a coin, kind of. Yes, neither one nor the other kind of deal. You want to meet the company's objectives, the employees' objectives, and SymTrain helps them do that faster, cheaper, et cetera. Right?
Yeah. And really, to Paul's point, right, is we improve the customer experience and retention there, but also because we're supporting the employees on their journey to be able to learn how to do their job, we're actually having an impact on employee retention as well and employee sat.
Fabulous. I'm not sure you can get that in the elevator pitch. Orna.
No, I was saying maybe that's the ending. The bottom line is you increase customer satisfaction and employee retention, right? And maybe that's your ending.
Okay, this is great. And I hope that everything that you just said shows up in the sales pitch. So if you'd like, bring your sales pitch up, share your screen with us.
Sure.
And go through the sales pitch. Now, this is for a new client.